Minnesota Vikings and the Buffalo Bills. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They start the drive with Cook, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. To throw, it's Brady. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Brady. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Julio Jones. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Joseph connects on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Newton. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. The 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on first down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Jimmy Graham, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
From midfield, here's Brady. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Julio Jones with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Vikings are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Joseph connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered, just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. McKenzie now from his end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. Yeah, they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. A big play here for Buffalo. 43 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Here's Newton. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. The Bills at 500 now, 4-4 on the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
But they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. This is intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he will bring this down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Not a whole lot there on first and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation. They try again with Cook, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and making sure nothing could get to the outside, but he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Third down, here's a run by Cook. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. So on fourth down, out is Tyler Bass in the Buffalo field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Bass is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Now on second and 13. Brady complete to Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He's got the first down. He's got a big game going right now. Already over 100 yards receiving in this first half alone. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, was the one disrupting there defensively.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back the intended target, and it's third down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have any options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Dalvin Tomlinson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football.
Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed it. Off of the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throw left side on target to Thielen. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Jones has it. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
Now a give running right, it's Cook. He'll take this to the 46.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Throwing now is Brady. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 31-yard line. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw is Brady. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Again, it's Brady. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Tom Brady, his third touchdown pass of this first half. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Now it's Newton. Uncorks one for Davis. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. McKenzie now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Brady now to throw. Man open, here is Jones. There he goes, right side. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Cook is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Again, it's Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. McKenzie now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Newton. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Za'Darius Smith came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or 2 inside the 45-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football.
Hey, go 66.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. He's got room at the 30. Now he's loose again. Touchdown, Vikings! The fourth touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Joseph connects on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25.
42, Bills 17. Greg Joseph to kick off for Minnesota.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
By Danielle Hunter. It's a loss of 14.
3rd and long, it's Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Hey, Alabama.
Now Brady. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
The kick by Joseph is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more.
And my goodness, another interception. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Flush to his right. He's got the hook up with Diggs. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs. 36 yards. And the Bills take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. Here's Bass now to send it away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Brady. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Terrell Bernard getting in there to drop him for a sack. The Vikings send out their punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Diggs with a good footwork.
The Bills take over 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Cam's throw here taken in by Knox. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah.
And now here is another interception. picked off by Lewis Cine. And the Vikings are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
On second down, it's Cook again. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up third down.
You see that celebration from him after that stop? Those corners don't normally have the chance to get behind the line of scrimmage and hand them big losses. So when he got that opportunity, he certainly made it a memorable one.
Sliding out of the pocket. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. That was Jordan Poyer, the safety, in for the sack. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fielded at the 43. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Newton's throw taken in by Diggs. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy on the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Newton. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle it for just a short gain.
Throwing again on second down. Newton to the end zone, but it's incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And the Vikings are going to win this football game. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if you picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down and actually aids the defense in that situation. The Bills bring out a couple of extra defensive backs to defend this 3rd down play.
Yeah, they're going dime. Brady. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Brady going to look to throw. He completes it to Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for Minnesota, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns.